I look forward to answering your questions and hopefully earning your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rice. Now, Mrs. Dhillon.
Chairman Grassley, Ranking Member Durbin, and members of the Judiciary Committee, I would like to thank all of you for this opportunity to respond to your questions. And thank you to Senator Lee for his very kind introduction of me. I'm grateful for the time that many committee members have taken to meet or speak with me before this hearing, and I have valued hearing their concerns and ideas about the Civil Rights Division. I thank President Trump for nominating me to this important position. He knows all too well how the Department of Justice may be weaponized for the wrong ends, for political persecution, for payback, for punishing protected speech and ideas. As his lawyer for several years, I too am keenly aware of how quickly justice may become unjust. I also want to thank Attorney General Pam Bondi for her inspiring leadership and her trust in me. I am deeply honored to be joined by members of my immediate family here today. My mother, Harminder, my brother, Mandeep Singh Dhillon, and two of his children, Theg Zorawar Singh and Hazuri Kaur Dhillon, and other dear, near family members. With me in spirit, as well as my husband, Sarjeet, who passed away last summer and who supported me in every way. Many friends have come from around the country to support me as well, and I'm so grateful. I owe everything I have in this world to God and to my family. My parents brought Mandeep and I to the Bronx, New York, where Dad finished his medical residency, then to rural Smithfield, North Carolina, where his simple goal was to raise his family in a small town with traditional values, practice orthopedics, play a little tennis, and enjoy the American dream. When we moved to Smithfield in 1975, there was a sign on the highway as you entered town that said, "The United Klans of America welcome visitors to Smithfield." My parents didn't know what the Klan was when they moved to Smithfield. We did find out. Thankfully, the anachronistic and despicable sign came down in 1977, and the Klan didn't affect me directly. But I was bullied as a child for my long braids, my funny name, my unusual faith, and it wasn't the easiest thing to be a family of turban-wearing Sikhs in the rural South in the 1970s. What I learned from my parents was that in America, anybody could be anything with hard work and determination. I am before you today because of these life experiences. My faith teaches me that it is a duty to stand up for the rights of the defenseless. Throughout my 32-year legal career, I have honored this teaching through my legal work. In law school, I've been an advocate for victims of domestic violence, work I continued for over a decade in private practice. I've advocated in the courts for asylum seekers facing religious and political persecution. My clients have included Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, and Christians. This work has taught me deep compassion for the oppressed, as well as a daily appreciation for the liberty that Americans often take for granted. I was a lawyer in private practice in Silicon Valley when the 9/11 terrorist attacks struck. From handling intellectual property litigation, I suddenly pivoted to writing legal memos to help South Asians and Arab Americans understand their legal rights in the face of wholesale attacks from fellow Americans, ranging from murders and assaults on Sikh gas station owners and taxi drivers to casual slurs shouted at my brother Mandeep at Candlestick Park in San Francisco, calling him Osama and telling him to go back to his country. This is our country, senators, and it is the greatest country on God's earth. Today, the promise of equal opportunity that my family taught me, which I fought for my entire career in the courtroom, is being robbed from millions of Americans in the workplace by dangerous and oppressive ideology enabled by corrosive government dictates. Young girls and women are seeing their dreams of hard-fought equal access to sports opportunities, of even basic privacy, modesty, and dignity in women's private spaces, being sacrificed on the altar of political correctness. Generations of young people have been denied educational opportunities because of their immutable characteristics, instead of merit, even in the face of Supreme Court precedent that clearly bans such admissions policies. And our elections are consistently at risk of becoming ad hoc coronations where government officials in power put a thumb on the scale to achieve preferred outcomes. Our democracy is the lifeblood of our republic. Insecurity in this process breeds mistrust. Mistrust breeds anxiety and anarchy. We must remain forever vigilant in ensuring the results of the ballot box reflect the will of the people, not the preferences of the elites. It's 2025 in America. President Trump was just elected with a historic amount of support from Latinos, African Americans, Asian Americans, and Americans without college degrees. There is no greater time to be alive and to be an American than today. If I am honored to be confirmed as Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights, this is my promise, Senators. I will bring my decades of experience as an attorney fighting for the rights of the defenseless to work every day. I will start every analysis with the Constitution. I will respect the words of statutes and the teachings of the courts, even if I disagree with them, though I will act within the law to challenge legal rulings I believe are wrong or statutes I believe are unconstitutional. What I will never do is use the DOJ Civil Rights Division as a partisan tool to push a political agenda. The Department of Justice stands for justice for all Americans. My parents crossed true oceans to bring me as a small child to America. We as a family are Americans by choice, and I can think of no higher honor as a lawyer than to be charged with defending and advancing the civil rights of all American citizens. Thank you.
Thank you. We have 5-minute rounds of questions.